one's looking towards being the. How many claymores do we currently
You're
see on?
you're actually seeing claymores, yeah.
It's
I can see
three
two.
so far. Three.
Odin's
No,
obviously
four.
have some strategy to use them because they've
5,
got a lot of pike
6.
players as well playing, so maybe they're
Oh,
trying to
Yeah.
work
so
around that as well. So
there's 6 claymores I can count so far, unless I'm being blind. But
Yeah. A lot of halb sergeants as well starting to make their way in.
yeah.
Obviously, a bit of a concern
Well,
about cavalry.
so the interesting bit here is that, for example, Odin saved claymores, but NoBeaches are using them, and then NoBeaches saves Sikillian, and so they're using both Sikillian and claymores that are saved, which
People
is
switching up their plans.
you pretty much can't not use something like Zycalian though. If you're losing
yeah. Oh my goodness.
Siphanari, flames and stuff like that, anything that deals that CC damage and then slows the opponents down is obviously quite a good one. Obviously,
Yes,
you can't use too much of them, but at
N-
least a
Not
few of
much,
them in your units.
not much cav for me this side though. I would have thought I'd have got a little bit more than what we've seen.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well, so Hussars did get banned. But I know a lot of players love Hussars on this map.
I think more so that they don't like to try and use a span of cav at this point because obviously no beaches have defended A and B in the past, and they'll probably look to try and do a similar strategy here. For the most part, with their cannons and setting up culverins and take these towers. Um, I think that's why they're not having the cav, so they can just kind of keep the wall safe and try to use that time and waste it.
There's also been a lot of camels being thrown everywhere, so camels countering all this cav is another one of those
Yeah.
things that's been something
Nice
new.
to see camel so heavily used across the competition, to be honest. I like
I
a
still
little bit of
can't.
camel
I
action.
still can't even get used to them yet myself. Like playing them in game, I feel like I've always got them set up, and I'm like, right, I'll brace them here, and then realize 4 of the camels are still standing away back at where I started, and there's only like 3 of them braced at the front. I'm like, wait a minute, what's
Also,
going on here?
They seem to suit me quite well. No real idea what I'm doing, just sort of aimlessly wander
Yeah.
them into groups.
Yeah,
Looks like they're making
that-
a bit of a setup on B gate.
yeah. B gate is obviously like one of the main things to kind of push for because most people don't tend to defend that side to start with because there's the less artillery spawned there and stuff for taking siege towers. So
But definitely a big thing is as well is that they're going to be trying for this B push. We've seen Odin do this last match as well, versus I believe it was Surf, right? Or yeah, I believe it was Surf. And then they're also going to be landing one tower at A. So if their B push doesn't work, we're going to see an A push with just that one tower going up.
sure, the more you can distract as many players on that wall so that they can actually get the siege towers up to start with, as you obviously notice them rotating beside left and right of that B point, so that it keeps them guessing. No beaches have to keep moving, and obviously when they're moving into trebs and trebable areas, so they're trying to hit as many trebs as possible and as many units as possible.
So
They're moving around quite a lot. The problem is they've got a bit of a longer walk on the bottom, haven't they?
Yeah.
They can easily adjust on that wall quite easily to block up these staircases.
Definitely, but
I think
the supply point is key here as well, though. I think if they do get the supply point and they manage to hold them 2 stairwells, is if you slowly make a push upwards and you do manage to get that momentum going, then NoBeaches have a really difficult position to try and get back. The only way they're getting more units is by going all the way back, which is quite a trek back.
I think Odin's might have been better off pushing really hard up that first staircase they went though through B. There wasn't that much there.
This is
Well,
like
they
the
have now got
longest
the guy.
walk I've seen of the tournament so far.
Trekking across the map.
They went
Poor
all the way-
Trebs getting pushed in though every single time they do move though, so they are doing that quite well. But they have pulled a lot of NoBeaches over, even the ones that were at B. They pretty much pulled the majority of them over, bar one hero and one unit over there. And now the whole focus is on A.
Odin a little bit hesitant though, pushing up that staircase. There wasn't that much stuff there at the start, but that 5 seconds later, then the stuff arrives.
I wonder whether they should maybe. Oh, they're getting a couple of unit kills here. They just grabbed those halves. I wonder if they're going to
Ghost
try and...
X's unit in the background. I don't know where Ghost X was, but he obviously just got all his Harbingers wiped there because he was elsewhere.
So, okay, so this is... Okay, so now they're rotating back to B. Okay, here we go. Now everybody's rotating back. The Trebs are really, halting a lot of units from, just running on top of the wall to B. Of course, Shield Maidens being the front unit all the way at the front. They're so fast.
In the grand scheme of things, so they're kind of still evenly kind of matched up here with unit-wise just now, obviously, as things are not been really a major push going on.
So,
But,
so what I'm noticing is that more or less Odin is trying to kind of like take certain units and get them out. Like, you know, people are taking units out and they're losing them. You know, Ghost X lost his units. Now, the Musket player just spawned his units and lost them. This is interesting strategy I'm seeing here.
because they obviously AI, like some of the units, they just naturally want to kind of progress to where a cluster of people are, and maybe they're just trying to pick them off one at a time, like see if that's a way to kind of give them the advantage, get some heroes deaths. Obviously, as soon as you kill a few heroes, you give yourself that advantage.
They're going to set up here. They're going to set up here.
They go. Yeah, I think they're going to go.
Got a very good strong push up there as well, because he got to the wall before the majority of NoBeaches rotated over the top though, so that's pretty decent.
Oh, the Zakillion are doing so much. Oh god.
A great treb being called in here in the back here. It's going to hit NoBeaches right in the back here, so that's a solid treb. A couple of units being...
Yeah, and now they flank around the back of the tower as well. 3 or 4 heroes coming up.
Now, the big thing is
looking at a pinch here as well though, so it might be still NoBeaches in favour of it.
Yeah,
that fight has finished.
I will say NoBeaches. I definitely think they used those Zakillions helped out a lot more though.
They are on the A point though pretty well. They've got 4 or 5 heroes on the point and a couple of grape shots set up, so that any NoBeaches players going onto the point are getting grape shots.
Have they got enough units though? Have they got enough units?
Just halberdiers, is it here unit wise?
Oh, but stalwarts are coming in as well now. This is
and you got shield maidens coming in behind that stalwart, so from Odin. So if they can get in behind the stalwart, they will be wiped. And that's a good hero push from the heroes of Odin's. And they will.
Oh, they brought shield maidens in.
Yep.
Nice. That was very nice. And look at the camels from Rias, even though he fell to his death, just holding the stairs by himself.
NoBeaches are fully coming back in though. They are trying to bring that counter back in the right hand side here, coming back from the spawn. This unit of stalwarts have been trebbed right there as they come up the stairwell, which is another perfectly timed treb.
Oh, the claymores are coming in. We're seeing the claymores here really just soaking up the damage.
The next 10 seconds before they become useless.
Yes.
So NoBeaches did a good job to counter that there. They've not managed to lose A yet, but we are about 2 seconds away from A being capped as they start to kind of look for a different position to go.
Both sides trading pretty equally on units and heroes as well.
Yeah. Definitely a lot.
Pretty close here.
Oof. Oh, those heroes are getting targeted on the siege tower now.
Shield maidens are wiping that set of stalwarts from not NoBeaches, Odin's. He just fell off the wall there as Buck falls off the wall. 2 heroes getting chased down by the shield maidens and Galahad.
Because Odin's didn't manage to hold on to that supply point, that's enabled NoBeaches to really get back and resupply and bring fresh units in quite quickly.
So it's only 3 minutes, so it's a good bit of time that has been managed to waste here from NoBeaches as they still held on to the A as well, which is going to give them a little bit of an advantage for that final part. And obviously if they can keep the score as it is and even trades, they're pretty much in a good position so far. Yeah,
units are looking pretty similar as well. I think for sure though, in terms of Odin's, they have a lot of artillery they need to use right now. Like when they do this next push, they need to spam grape shots. You know, do whatever they can. Maybe spam. I mean, you don't really have much time now because of going back and forth. So, you know, how are they going to push this to secure A? They have to just basically get them off A just to cap it.
Exactly, and they've only got 2 trebs. Like they used a lot of trebs in that first kind of encounter. So 2 trebs left to try and hit the area in which they want to use to be able to fully force A here. As that is the closest, and by the time you try to rotate all the way down to B from where they are positioned now, you're already wasting at least 30 seconds to get around there. So
you might be able to get those halberdiers. Someone jump on those halberdiers.
Think so.
Oh,
come on, guys, grab them.
No!
Oh, they're charging. Actual has been caught out. His unit Ruffle is getting them.
There you go.
And they're coming off the tower there. Look, they're coming off the tower as well. This is their probably final push now for the A point.
100%. You have literally a minute and 50 seconds.
They had Zakillions here. Oh no, the Zakillions from NoBeaches are really doing damage. This treb is good too.
Though. Well, it got some of those Zakillions there as well.
Oh man.
The right melee.
They might hold here in this corner.
Might hold. This is really going to depend on also heroes staying alive at this point. Again, they need to spam artillery. They need to spam grape shots when they can get up there.
I think Odin's might be getting the other hand.
Odin's might get it.
Have the advantage, yeah, definitely for sure. But they only need to hold for an extra, like, what,
minute is a long time.
Yeah.
And
a minute is a long time.
fraction.
Yeah.
I think Odin's just going to get it.
Odin's
they are going to get it here.
Oh, they just need to kill the Reapers.
Yeah.
Oh,
there we go.
NoBeaches should get out now. They should call it quits. Yeah, there we go.
They'll have to. They're down to 9 heroes alive here as well. So yeah, if you don't call quits here, Odin's will start picking off these heroes one by one. There's a long turret over there, Onyx. They'll pick off.
This is the best bit about Chain Dart at this point. When you got a situation like this, how easy it is to secure kills with Chain Dart at this point. People trying to run away.
That hero down.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Odin should really have send somebody to be as quickly as possible here as well. They should have had that done by now, I think, so they can give that extra time. But they are capping C at the same time.
Yeah, they went the other way. They said, "Okay, we'll go see."
So unit Shield Maiden's coming in from Undertale B.
They might be able
from
to... Hopefully they don't waste too much.
NoBeaches, but they might get picked out as well. Hydra's trying to do something very interesting here. Oh, the moles.
This has happened a lot this match, where we've seen Odin's just chasing down units and killing them. This has been happening a lot. It happened to the Claymores, Ghost Halberdiers, now Shield Maidens. This is big,
Oh, look at all the units going after them. Yeah, all the camels chase. So because they go take it a wee bit A for B, they're obviously going to grab A and B, but they're going to give themselves about 6 minutes here by the time C is capped to take home. But they have the advantage unit-wise. There's about 120 unit difference.
Look at artillery as well. So only 1 Treb left, 16 artillery left for Odin. They could use the time here to spam mortars and really just bring the hurt to the units that are going to be sitting there, like a lot of the Halberdiers, etc. So this
6 minutes really enough though to do effective mortar placement
really
setup?
To spam too much artillery.
No, I think they should be pushing forward. Grape shot. Let's try and send them an offensive push.
See what have they got. And well, to be honest, in terms of a unit artillery they've got, most of them are carrying ballistas and grape shots, so you're not going to see any mortars here at all.
Yeah.
It's all
and if you look at unit composition, Odin's units are in much better quality, almost double the amount of 4-star units and also double the amount of 5-star units. Even though the number difference in terms of the remaining units isn't that high, the quality of Odin's units is higher, and that does make a difference.
Yeah, definitely. NoBeaches have got a good setup here. They're kind of trying to avoid any position push, but Odin's going to look for that spawn block here. Because if they go in there, grab the spawn block, grab that supply, NoBeaches does have the supply in the back there. However, if they're dying, they're going to be struggling to get back to point.
Yeah. Look at all the artillery going down.
Look at all the artillery.
Grape shot after grape shot. Ballistas set up even further behind that.
Oh, this is gonna be an artillery war just for Odin, just to.
Are we going to see NoBeaches trying to flank around the back here though? Are they going to try and find a way in some way? But they have got camos in the back.
The last Treb's used. Is that Treb? I don't think that Treb's gonna hit anything at this point though.
I think they all rotated off. NoBeaches seen that coming.
Oh, they hit a little bit of the...
Clip the edge of a shield.
Clip the ISGs, and they'll have a reheal, and they'll be healing themselves back up.
Odin's rotating now through the flank, driving out NoBeaches.
Grabbing that supply point and finding 2 ways to kind of pinch it here.
Well, the thing is as well...
Force that final trip.
With them grabbing that supply, they can also, the last 5 artillery being used, they can now put it down as well. Get it done. Oh, push is coming in.
There's those camos on the point, are all braced on the point, ready with the stalwarts backing up in the background here as well, so that
Cataphracts.
NoBeaches have got a couple of grape shots set up here as well in the back and a ballista, but is it going to do enough work here on the push?
Yeah, Odin's have definitely got this. They're starting to get the flank round, I think.
It's really going to be a hero thing here. They need to secure hero kills.
Units are dying. Yeah, there's a 300 unit difference here now, so for the most part, it is on this point. Odin seems to be having the advantage going forward here. You just need to start wiping heroes quicker. I think the hero battle is pretty even, which is pretty interesting, considering the amount of units that are there.
I think as the units have died off there now, I think we're going to see Odin start to catch up on that hero difference. I think now start to hunt them down.
Especially Halberdiers in this game, and with no armor and all that type of stuff. Halberdiers are going to destroy you if you try and get into the point.
So with the cap being taken, there's a lot of red, and a lot of units, and a lot of heroes still on that point there. It's making it difficult for any of NoBeaches players to try and get on the point as Ghost X, Ioku gets picked up here as well as Zenga. You can see in some of the players just being chased down now from the players of Odin's, and that'll be it. That'll be the game.
Nice.
That was a really nice match to watch right there. Ruffles and Odin here going crazy.
So yeah, that panned out differently to how I thought that was going to.
You remember when I asked you if the supply point was the most critical part of the map? I was completely wrong. I was dead wrong on this part.
Didn't touch it.
The supply got completely ignored, and most of the fight apparently happened on point A and B, and it was an amazing, disciplined, coordinated attack for Odin'sLegion. I was confident in NoBeaches' ability to stand and to push them back repeatedly, but they just managed to have the organization it requires to just push through the entire map until base point.
It was quite close on point A though. So
very close. Yeah.
Left it to like a minute left before they actually had the chance to cap it, but it was obviously either planned very well or they knew they had the time, so they were just like making sure they were picking off the units and doing as much damage as possible, because we know at the end there they did have the advantage unit wise and quality of units at the end. But Ruffle MVP. Good effort from Odin's there.
Yeah. Look at the kill score as well.
165 units. Yeah, 165 units. 1237.
For Hiri as well. Hiri as well. Both of them going for almost the same exact kill score in terms of the quality of units being killed. That's ridiculous. Oh man,
very strong on the attack there. Good rotations though. Like we said, it doesn't waste a lot of time. There's a lot of moving that they did back and forward between A and B, but it looks like it takes a lot of time. Obviously, it does a lot more than Eden. Well, not Eden. I keep saying Eden. My bad. It's in my head. NoBeaches. It's definitely taking a lot longer than NoBeaches does to rotate across the wall, but it does work. Yeah. And the use of the trebs in the start. They used pretty much every single treb bar 2 before the A and B was taken. So
I think it's interesting how that rotation worked. I think if this game had turned into a NoBeaches win on the A point defense, I think I would have been quite critical of Odin's rotation.
Shield Maidens, even Rotari is in there as well.
I was going to say, I'm surprised to see a unit of Rotari in there. Reapers and Rotari.
Yeah, they seem to use them quite a bit. Yeah, I think Ayoki likes to use them ones along with his musket class as he roams about with them, stealing damage and nipping back out again.
It's
but yeah,
great to do.
Like for the most part, Odin's loves the kind of purple setup, but they've got a lot more gold in it this time as well. So it might be similar in terms of units on both sides that you've got in total 5-star and 4-star units. So maybe quite an even matchup again.
3 units of coconut throwers is our Clanium militia for NoBeaches. So obviously going to be again making use of them because they were pretty critical, I think.
Yeah. Oh man, they're just the, you don't have flamethrowers use coconuts, and especially for the buff that they did get, they are amazing to use. So when they're not banned in something like a tournament, you're gonna see them 100%.
It's like that old Chinese proverb: "It's hard to lose when your nose is on fire."
Did you notice as well on that screen there, Odin'sLegion, for their artillery, they only obviously have 15 pieces of artillery, but pretty much every single one of them had culverins, bar 2 heroes, I think, that had other units of artillery. So they might be looking at taking down the siege towers, kind of a similar idea to what NoBeaches did in the past. But so far, we've not really seen them build anything up, but they do have a lot of units defending on a B side. So
I think it's also really nice seeing claymores being used here too, because claymores, even though after their 4 freedom is done, they do give a lot of like healing to other units, and they are a very tanky unit to be in blob fights. So very, very interesting.
NoBeaches is making that way in towards B here, but they're going to be met by
a lot of units.
Yeah, got some camos in there. We got some Madawas in there. But a treb is going to be called in.
Those camels are going to get hit by the trebs. They're not getting.
Will it clear it? Will it clear it?
No, I think it's hitting the wall. That last one. Just all hit the wall, so it's in a perfect position to avoid it.
It's kind of surprising that nobody just did that. That's just wasted a full treb into a tower.
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe they thought it probably shows up on their map that it was green and it was hittable, and they're like, oh yeah, it's great, we'll do it, and then but nothing happens.
Oh, no. We've all been caught out by that.
This one here though, where the ISGs have rotated to, is in a perfect position. They will get one hit there, but by the time it's come in, they'll have noticed them and they'll move. Just like that.
Wow.
So yeah, that would have been a perfect spot if they stayed there, but because it's like the last couple of trebs that get fired.
So they're
Already
rotating over
noticed.
to A. Oh no, they got the siege tower up. Oh,
Yep.
we just needed. Oh, this is big though.
This is why it was weird, because you're looking at what Odin's had in terms of all pretty much culverins, and they didn't manage to take
They
them
didn't
down.
manage to take this down. That's a big
One
mistake.
power down, and that was it. Yeah.
We got. Oh, I think this is gonna cost them.
Yeah, that's if they get located there.
Picked up. There's one NoBeaches players fall to the ground to the death first. Odin's have got that rotation now, and obviously NoBeaches are rotating as well, so they're rotating on the outside rather than on the wall, and not getting themselves in a position where they could be hit.
Ooh, that was a bit of trip.
That was a nice
right
trip
to the jabs.
there.
Yeah, that's
Into the
staggered.
Oh,
And the
man.
Imperials, exactly. Jabs and Imperials both getting hit with that thread there. Pretty decent one.
Very, very decent. I do like the new pings as well. I know you see them and everything, and people ping them. It's really, really nice to kind of like say, okay, let's push. You know, like if someone pings, everybody can kind of like say, all right, this is the time we're going up the tower. You know, go here. It's really, really cool. Let's see.
There's a couple of trebs being used. They're down to 9 trebs available now. Unit wise, they're still pretty even. Actually, the defending side have still more units in the grand scheme of things.
I think mortars look getting built. Maybe no. There's a couple of mortars getting set outside the walls.
Yeah, there's one being built right now. One being built for sure by Actual.
Yeah, one General. So there's gonna be 2.
General Reap's got one as well out there as well. So
yeah.
he's just outside the front.
The third one just going down now. I wonder if they're going to be sort of trying to set them and bombard the way in. Well, obviously they're going to bombard the way in if they're setting up mortars.
They're looking to see where they're good scouting methods as well. It's obviously dealing some damage and.
They are going into supply. There's a little mini group going into supply. Hopefully these guys don't get smushed by NoBeaches.
So
definitely.
Yeah, they're in a position to be kind of pinched by the guys on the wall and the guys at the supply point. And there's a unit coming in from the behind the halberdiers at the gate, which are going to do some great job here. Look at Shield.
Yeah, he's just trying to stall at this point. He's stalling.
Yeah, rotation is going to be perfect here from the supply point. Plenty of units coming around.
The problem is NoBeaches are going to push topside. They are going to push topside. So is this a good enough distraction maybe to allow NoBeaches to cap A?
Yeah, there's probably a good distraction. It's only 3 heroes to be losing compared to the amount of Odins down there. There's at least 7 down on the bottom while the rest of them push up the top.
But the problem is you're going to be 3 heroes down there when now an Odin re-rotates back. You've got to be careful you can win that initial sort of push, but will they be able to then hold it? But they are getting quite a good setup on the top of that stairs.
Yeah.
They've got plenty of units to block off that stairwell pretty much. They are getting units coming in from the back here, but they're on their own. Ruffle and Drayton are pretty much on their own here as NoBeaches make their way onto the point.
Odins need to get out now. It's game over on A.
They
just need to retreat because they're going to lose units. They're still pushing stuff up that stairs. There's stuff that's going to die if they don't get back soon.
Yeah, they shield maidens are not going to get out of the way here. This is where you just stay and fight with them and you just hope for the best for a bit.
Will they be actually able to counter this though? They might be able to grab
an Iron Reaper charge up the wall though through the stalwarts though, so that might be a decent thing. It does manage to knock the stalwarts out of the battle there.
Nice, very, very nice. Although
Odins should now give up now as he's gone. They should now get themselves set up here.
Yeah,
it looks like they're looking for a way in here. But a wee sneaky in the back here.
Yeah, sneaky pool guy.
Unless they are going to hold this supply point, prove my lord correct, and actually try and defend it. But I wouldn't have thought so.
I think once B's and A's gone, they can go directly to C anyway. So that would be silly, didn't it?
It would be.
Well, just straight to home. But
I'm surprised so many are loitering there because if they're not careful, then they're going to get caught in the back. Some of the stragglers as they try and pull out.
I think they'll try and just whittle down units before they come to the bottom of the stairwell as much as possible.
Yeah, this is the great part of Zakillian. When Zakillian's not banned, you can easily bombard the supply and not allow the enemy to stay on the supply when you're attacking here. So you got to be careful.
NoBeaches have got a couple of sets of Zakillian out just now as well. So 3 sets, I think they're out there just now, doing some damage and thrown over the top of that wall because they obviously get a better positioning and they can actually see the map. So
I love it. They are building some mortars. Okay, so
a couple of mortars being built on that tower.
Still 7 trebs left as well. 23 artillery. Okay. There's still a lot of actually, blue side actually does have a lot of artillery left. They still have 8 artillery pieces, whereas last match, NoBeaches only had about 3 at this point. So, it might help. Might help Odin here.
The interesting thing about that there is Pintero for Odin's actually held that B point for a little bit because he decided to go up on it because he realised NoBeaches weren't actually pushing for it fully, so they just kept one hero on it for a bit to cap it. So they did waste a little bit of time there instead of just getting insta cap. But obviously now the rotation of NoBeaches pulled over and they've managed to pick off Pintero and his units. I think Pintero escapes with his life, but his units don't.
Sacrifice to protect the hero.
Yeah, the shield maidens are gone.
Okay, 6 minutes to cap C. Definitely going to see most likely this happen. I wonder, this is an interesting setup. They're trying to, obviously not allow B side entrance in for any cap to come in.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised at this setup. I thought really once A and B were gone, they were just going to make that definitive pullback, kind of like we saw NoBeaches do last time back to the base point. But we haven't really seen that.
Now,
I think this is maybe one of these things that Odin's are well, if we do something different, then it'll throw them off a little bit. Maybe not going to know what to do.
I'm going to say this. Hopefully this is not deja vu with Odin's and Surf Slayers. Last time, Surf Slayers came down this way and absolutely annihilated Odin's at this point. So let's hope this doesn't happen again.
See the Odin's though, they've rotated around both sides now this time, so they've got the opportunity to pinch the units, and they're managing to take the guys on the left-hand side. They're wiping them down.
Yeah, but they're counter-rotating, and they're not going to be able to get out of there now.
But then the Odin's not fully commit up that behind them.
The cav going right into the halberdiers. Lots of cav being wasted here, I think.
That's a lot of cav falling to their death there.
It's the camels, I think. I think there's actually a stack of camels in there.
Is there?
Very tightly
there was a few camels just around that corner.
But the only problem is
getting capped though.
They're getting pincered very hard on left side.
Yeah, they're down the stairs though. NoBeaches are down the stairs.
Yeah, NoBeaches is going to win that encounter there because there's just far too many of them over there. But the rotation does come in from Odin's. They managed to get that supply point.
This Treb's... Is it going to hit? I don't know.
That Treb will be just similar to the first one that just missed out on them camos earlier, I think. Have got their grape shot set up though, and they are starting to deal some damage to the heroes. General Reap chosen to try and take out them.
I don't.
Two different battles for the supply point in this.
This is interesting.
I just don't know.
I think NoBeaches at this point have the units and the heroes.
Yeah.
Galahad comes in behind though with a cavalry unit. That's going to wipe everybody there at the bottom of the stairs. That's
now
going to
they'll
take
all
that
rotate
part.
to supply, probably. And here comes
no, put the camels down.
Brace those camels.
Got the hero advantage here though. There's 12 versus 8. Pushing towards that supply point here.
Yeah, this is definitely a no.
Odin's aren't giving it up though. Odin's are coming back out with cavalry. They're not willing to give up this push here. They're trying to come in the back here if NoBeaches.
They need to though because they're just spending more and more on a losing area. You're going to have nothing for a final base point if they don't sort of pull back and regroup sooner rather than later.
100%, and it's 14-8 as well. You want to make sure that at least with home point that you are preparing with yourself because at this point you have at least some artillery left. You need to make sure you don't lose any more heroes, any more units. The unit difference is a bit wild here, and someone's losing their halberdier sergeants right now. There's a big thing.
Being picked off by all 3 pike players here.
Yeah, see that stops things. That's such a silly loss if you just pull back a little bit quicker. But on the unit difference though, it's even though the numbers are quite a big difference, almost sort of 200-300 difference. The actual quality difference isn't as big. 270 to 200 4-star units, 130 to 73. The Odins actually have some decent units for defense here in a way that NoBeaches didn't last time.
About where their placement is and where they decide to defend, because you can see them moving over towards that left supply point there as the defense comes in. They're also trying to keep units at home points.
Odins needs to rotate, I think, a bit faster if they are trying to do it anything like this.
Yeah, they're taking a lot of halberdiers and a lot of camos, and they're just pretty slow moving units to try and get around there.
Uh-oh. However, this trap is going to be huge right here.
Going to put them in a position where NoBeaches are going to look like they're moving there so that the whole defense structure goes, but nobody actually moves quick enough there to get involved to that tribe, so that's not as bad.
No, I thought that was going to be a big one, you know?
Yeah, they all decided, nah, we're not doing this yet, but they've got a couple of cav units going around the back here from Odin, so if they can try and get a rotation on, I don't know if that's going to pay off here, because there is cav on the back.
Killian's going to be huge here.
Here we go. There goes the cav in the back, but it does get wiped quite quickly in the back rotation. But Odin's pushing back because a lot of the units from NoBeaches move back a little bit.
Oh, they don't. They should not push here. This might be a huge trub if it can hit.
The buildings are going to take a lot of the brunt of it though, but there's a few full frontal hits.
That's
3 hits.
NoBeaches about due a decent treb. I think they've had such a miserable selection of trebs so far this game. They're due a bit of luck on the treb strike.
The cataphracts are coming here. The cataphracts are coming here from YST. This might be huge. Unless someone can stop it, except the cataphracts have decided that they want to go inside the building. What? This is big. Oh, they can catch the Killian.
Yeah, they have.
Good charge in there. That's perfect done there by YST.
They need to watch these halberdiers, though. These halberdiers can really clear some heroes. That's 1 hero, 2 heroes down.
Yeah, Odin's have fought wisely, sent themselves back a little bit, and they're resetting back up here. But unit-wise, they're
Did you see Buck with the ballista? The Buck with the ballista shot just got a nice hero kill right there. That was amazing. Oh, but the hero difference right now, 12-9, 12-9.
Make it 11-9 as one just dies there. Deadpool just dies at the same time. But yeah, it's quite good that Odin's have managed to hold that off. We've got 3 minutes to try and defend home, but there's only 1 unit of Layals and halberdiers there at the moment to defend the home point. Well, NoBeaches full push with a lot of units.
They need to get back as quick as possible.
Big reset here.
Need to set up some grape shops if they have it. They still have 5 artillery pieces left, and they haven't placed them.
They've just got nothing to get on point. They've
only have
1 star.
Village, Watchman, Domain Pike. They don't really have too many major units here to come and defend this.
And Cav is not going to do anything. Cav isn't going to do anything to this.
1 unit of camos, but there's only 1 camo left in it, so that's not going to do anything.
The lone camel.
YST has 10 of his cataphracts left, but NoBeaches do have the majority on the point with a lot of heroes ready to knock out with the grape shots.
This is game, set, and match. This is to NoBeaches.
Ooh.
You go, and now you're just seeing a sea of blue down the right hand side as all the heroes start to fall.
Man, that was a good match. It was a very good match.
And Dan, the last 2 survivors, I don't know, just managed to get on the point to hold it for a second longer, but that is it.
That was... Oof. Almost 200 unit kills by Ups.
It was so tough, so tough.
Yeah, Ups done a tremendous job of the unit killing. 41 of them were shield maidens.
I was going to say 41 shield maiden kills. Yeah, there's no Vikings left now. He's been around.
Definitely.
The game was really intense, like really. But I feel like Odin'sLegion have an issue with defending point B and the bottom of the stairs, because it's not the first time that they have this issue where they get stomped and the units and heroes killed when leaving point B and waiting at the base of the stairs and behind the gate.
I think that pinch at point B that Odin's tried to do was like kind of broke their neck for a little bit there, because NoBeaches were able to like quickly rotate through because they just have the shorter way. They don't need to climb stairs, nothing. It's just shorter way, and they lost a lot of units there. So,
and the issue is that it's the same exact issue they had against Serf Slayers during the last game, during the former encounter. Like they got killed by Serf Slayers at this very exact moment when Serfs managed to push after B. So yeah, that's a shame because it cost them a lot of heroes, a lot of units, and that more or less made the game at this moment.
Do you guys think that NoBeaches stood up there for a bit longer to provoke exactly that situation because they saw the...
Well, they're going to eventually change, but what is it? 7 muskets ready to just rain bombs.
They need to destroy the artillery, don't they? They need to destroy that attacking artillery. There's just so much of it.
Yeah.
they'll be looking to kind of get themselves in spots where they can deal as much damage with that as well. And obviously, is good for like whittling down units as well very quickly if they're all
a lot
kind
of
of gripping
40
up.
as well.
That's a lot of 40. Yeah,
It's a lot of
look
40,
how many 40s there is. Which,
Yeah.
mind you, the thing is as well is that so we do see one Hussar unit and like a Dagger X unit, but not a lot of cav. A lot of Imperial Pikes actually on Odin's side compared to, and Imperial Pikes are going to do really, really well versus Fortebraccia.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely with the upgraded buff as well. They're a little bit better than they were previously against even stalwarts and stuff as well. So they're going to do a wee bit more damage and actually.
I still remember season 3 and 4 when they were really, really good.
that used to be my main. I used to like have them in every single set. No matter what I was using, I'd want IPGs because I loved them.
All right, here we go.
And how things change over time as the seasons pass and the new units come out and what we all like to use as meta, it all changes.
No freaking way. Did you guys freaking call it? The chip? Wow. Chip and Evo. They're defending. Oh, okay, no, they're not. Okay, I was going to say.
They start off there.
My camera was being way too slow, and all I was seeing was heroes
defending
A. I was like, they're defending A. My camera was really slow.
Let's blame the camera for being slow.
NoBeaches have set up inside of C point, so they've got their ISGs, they've got the guys in the towers, their halberdiers set up in the wall. Just kind of similar strategy to the way they would, and then units on that supply point in the back as well, as they have done previously. So they'll just be sitting there just now until obviously breach comes down and the gate way comes down, and Odin's make their way in to Regionopolis.
Got a lot of stuff in the tower as well. Actually, I can see some pikes sticking through the wall. I wonder what that was. Yeah, a lot of stuff in that tower.
There's units like Kaelin in there. There's plenty of javelins in there, ISGs, some halberdiers. Just waiting around in that tower, ready to rotate and move when needed. Obviously, Regionopolis, like we said beforehand, this is a little bit of a slower starter than we're used to on some other maps. Healing Forward being one of the fastest maps, and then you've got Regionopolis, which is like the tail end of that. You've got A and B gets capped. You get a lot of time after you're capping both of these, and then it's just bombard city with as many artillery pieces and mortars as possible to whittle down the enemy in the defense.
Everyone's favourite map, though. I love Reggie.
I do love Reggie.
I think it's just such a good map.
Fun. You definitely tell everybody, come on, like, you put it in chat. You're like, come on, put mortars down, guys. We need to hit this. You know what I mean? Because you gotta tell the blue guys, like, come on, guys, put down artillery. And there's like so many players not putting down already.
One thing with Reggie, see the breach obviously at seaside. Like sometimes teams like to leave that open, like well, leave it fully built just now until like near the end when they need to kind of get a last ditch effort, so they've got another way in over and back for supply if they need it. But I wonder if NoBeaches will make sure that kind of goes down, or they'll. It
seems like Odin's is going for. Why did they trap that? No,
that back supply point in the corner. Yeah, there's
but he trapped one short sword.
He hated that short sword.
I think that just costed them the ability to go and get that supply really quick, because there was nothing but the short sword and maybe one little other unit, and then he just uses. Oh, that was a very big mistake.
That was the case. You can rest assured he's probably been thoroughly shouted at in chat.
He's like, ah.
It's like they're setting up mortars down at supply point here now, as the pushes have kind of stopped from that left supply point.
They told Hiri, they said, hey, even though you did really well that other match, do not appreciate it. What you just did there.
We're getting more to set up in the tower. It's now sort of evolving into the more traditional Reggie, isn't it? Lots of mortars, and we'll now go through sort of a 5-minute bombardment period, I think.
Yeah, the best thing I like is they opened at both gates at the bottom, so they've got like a passage underneath the city, so that they can go under that way as a kind of sneaky method, so that they don't see the rotation. Which is
Deja Vu also has a very sneaky ballista here that he has to be more or less with aimbot at this point to try and go and get some shots off. Very sneaky ballista.
Oh yeah, I can hear it in the background. It's back on
Yeah,
the tower.
yeah, it's back
front,
all the way in the tower with the mortar.
with his mortar. Yeah, so he's mortaring and getting a ballista set up there, trying to do some damage. It'd be some shot if he was to pick off some heroes from there, like.
Hey, you would get someone would clip it and be like, "Oh my gosh!"
Odin's have pushed a unit of like farmers pretty much into the gateway here.
Are they making their push? They're going for the gate.
As
they're
they
going for
make
the
a
breach.
push towards the
breach.
breach. Yeah, so they're going for the back breach, making
back breach.
no
back
breaches
breach.
defend the front.
Actually, they're going to completely enclose them in C here. Look now, there's just no one defending that back supply.
Yep. And they're going to have to shut that gateway as well, so they're going and do that.
What is good is they did make them come out with units, so these mortar shots are actually getting some value at this point. You know, a lot of the times they're trying to sometimes guess.
Yeah, where they're firing them at, yeah, for sure.
Oh, some of these javelin sergeants are definitely
getting picked off, yeah. As they try to retreat out of that gateway.
Oh, like always.
I suppose NoBeaches have still got access to that side supply, so they can actually still heal up and resupply. So even though they're cut off in a way, they do actually have a supply access.
And I think that's the better supply. It's so much quicker as well than it is going back to the other supply point that they lost in the back. So it's one of the good things about that supply and holding on to it. I think that is the one way to kind of defeat this setup here, is if you manage to hold that back supply point and somehow counter them on this left supply, then you're going to gain an advantage because no units are going to have to get out and heal up or whatever.
If it goes wrong, you cannot get out. You're already cut off from your base.
You know how Deja Vu put the ballista all the way back there. I wonder if the ballista, more or less where YST is, I wonder if that would have been better. You can snipe all these heroes to not have them stay on top of the area.
Yeah.
So I wonder if a ballista there would have actually been a bit better.
Yeah, there's normally like 3 or 4 ballistas been set up on that tower a few times where YST is just over.
Oh, there goes. Okay, I called it.
There.
I now called it. Look up the one.
Yeah, so far it's just our tower.
Oh,
that's a general
shot!
rape ghost hit. There we go. The ballista gets set and he gets the kill.
The beautiful kill.
Love to see it.
I love it.
And there goes the unit that's retreating though as well now. So as people are going to pick that unit off, because it's ISG, so there's a strong tier 4 unit that will be there in the defense, but he managed to retreat fairly quickly, I think. Yeah, it takes so long to kill them, doesn't it? So much health in them. NoBeaches are pretty much staying off of the C point, so they're not trebable. They're not getting their units destroyed and then going back in supply.
And Luco just hit actual, right? So Luco just hit actual with the ballista. He then slipped off the edge and fell and died. Oh, and now, okay, is NoBeaches not telling them that there's a ballista on top that is aiming? Look again, and he just did it again.
Yoko fell to his death this time. There's 3.
Why is no one communicating that there's a ballista?
The problem is they're the musket players, aren't they? So the musket players are trying to deal damage to them. Ballistas, but they're getting killed at the same time while they're trying to do it. So
because all he has to do is just hit the button to shoot the guy. That's all he has to do. Just no, that's oh I can't believe that happened twice. That's no, not a third time. Luca wasn't paying attention.
They're taking quite a bombardment now. NoBeaches in this C point.
One of the big things here as well, though, is that now that those heroes died, they're in the back line. They can't even go and help it. But now that it's technically can be a 15 versus 12 at this point at C, which is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're all
some guys going in. Oh, just sorry.
Yeah, so the guys that are just spawning back in, there's 3 heroes there in the back on home point, and there's 2 different ways they've got to try and come down, and they're both blocked off pretty much by the defenders, the attackers of Odin's.
Ayuku definitely made it. That's very nice.
You notice the Odin's players are all pushing into home point to try and look at where these respawners are, because there's nothing that respawners can do apart from sit on their own supply point in the back waiting till they whittle down.
This is the downside of this sort of strategy, as you say, because there's no way through. Like they're sort of cut off unless they do a sort of combined counterattack, from both sides. But...
The only way they would have this help if the rest of their team pushed out from C and tried to allow them the opportunity, but you don't want to do that because you don't want to lose C at the same point and
exactly.
get yourself stuck in a position where you're pinched.
So they are seeming like they are trying to prepare to rotate in. They just are going through the broken wall.
There's a few javelin throws coming in the back. They're trying to hit the camos that are defending the stairwell.
Oh, Buck just got a nice... Yes. Buck just got a very nice shot with this ballista right there. Oh man, the ballista shots are really coming out this game.
You can see a lot more NoBeaches players now on the C point with their heroes and their units. They're still trying to make a move because they've seen the movement of Odin's going through the breachway. Just trying to look for a way in, but not really looking to actually move in yet.
Yeah, this is the one thing about Reggie. It's one of those things where you have to see the best opportunity of going in.
You have to get them on the
rotate. But I think Ghost X might get caught here.
Yeah, Ghost X has been picked up and Ruffle's grabbed and take him away to his death. That'll be a unit of javelins coming out, ready to destroy them as well.
Very, very nice. Easy kills as well.
Yeah, javelin straight into the shield maidens and every other unit that's there.
I think sooner or later, Odin should make their push because they're starting to get to the point where
Odin's are making their push. The ISGs make their way through the gateway at the back there with the halberdiers behind them.
No,
now it's all about
that shred should have been used for the back. No.
Oh, the tread of the front gate almost takes out their own units as well. It's hitting a few of their own units in the front gate. But they are trying to set up.
Blue's coming from behind as well, so they have to defend both sides. Odin's needs to push in now.
So they need to get
the three-way push here from Odin's. Onyx falls to his death here as well, so they're winning the hero fights just now. As Grayton now gets traded out.
They need to block off this door so that they can allow Trebs to come in to stop NoBeaches from coming in.
Odin's are going to get the units set up, and there goes a cav charge here. That was a decent cav charge here, but they've got stalwarts set up in the back here from NoBeaches, the guys that have spawned back in. So they've obviously lost that supply point in the back now that Ghost X goes up there with his cav. They're still at cap C.
They kind of pushed everything down to that bottom supply to try and clear that out, which they have done, and they got them down there, but now they're sort of not one left on C.
And they're casting all the Sicilian that are just sitting there. There's so many Sicilian that Odin is just taking out. This is huge if you take out this many Sicilians.
Oh, look at that push in the background there as well. The camos come in the back here to take out the stalwarts that were defending the gate of C here now, and you've got plenty of Odin's players onto the C point to take the C point here. So, a fair amount of heroes difference as well. There's one hero with 1 life left already.
Oh no.
Well, it's easy to say, big hero difference, isn't it? Well,
yeah. 8 heroes. It seems a lot more when you see it, think about it, but it could make a massive difference for this final push.
Artillery is about the same as well. 9 pieces for Odin and 7 pieces for NoBeaches.
Yeah, it's surprising that NoBeaches have held on to as much artillery, though. Obviously, you only start off with 15 for them anyway, so they've managed to hold on to half of their artillery ready for the final point, which I assume, by looking at it, most of them are actually, there's a couple of culverins in there, so I don't know if that's going to be of use in the defense. Yeah, 3 culverins. Most of them are grape shots, though, and then 2 mortars. So yeah.
This is
3 culverins, 4 grape shots, sorry.
It's not going to be a clutch defense, though. NoBeaches have quite a lot of bitches to still use, in this final defense. They've got a lot of stuff to deploy.
Yeah, they had so much purple units, didn't they, to start with? So they had the advantage overall in terms of the 4-star units and the more amount of units to use. That's including ISGs, Halberdiers, Javelin Sergeants, Dagger Axe Lancers and stuff. So they've got plenty of good units in there.
And 2 ballistas getting put down again now from Odin's, which I'm loving. I'm loving the ballistas.
Odin's love the ballistas, don't they?
I love this. I'm gonna call them the ballista team, or Odin's ballista. There you go. My goodness.
So they've got most of their push looking to come up from this back entrance way. Yeah, there is nobody really on the stairwell at the gate.
I still remember on this map when someone had put down a bombard and then just shot that entire area, and it was just like GG, we all lost all our lives.
Yeah, thankfully they'll be glad there isn't anything in there that's going to do that. There's
no bombards in this one.
15
no bombards. Could you imagine a bombard deployed? Yeah. It would just be a hero battle at the end of the game.
Yeah. Not even. Your 3 lives would be gone.
Oh yeah, probably.
We're getting more to set up as well, Odin's, to fire over now onto that sort of kill box on the gate area.
Yeah, so that's quite a nice wee position there, just to kind of see
they have
where
the time.
They
have the time, honestly.
Well, it's a lot of time.
It's a chunk of time, but it's not crazy amounts. It's not like the time they had on the sea point. You know, they can't take as long as they did.
I think when it comes to the home point here, though, I think once you start like winning that push to start with, using the trebs, because they've got 8 of them still, so they've got a good advantage. Once they start pushing in the NoBeaches have to kind of fold into the home point. There's a lot of places there that are trebable, and then once you start making that momentum push from Odin's, the spawn point is a nightmare to get back from.
Ooh, is this trap gonna hit? Are they gonna respond in time? Yeah, they're responding in time.
Yeah, it's a few of them there, but nothing major.
So lucky that the building was just that big.
Odin's have moved more of their units onto that plateau though, so they are going to look to start moving in very, very soon. So using most of them ballistas and the grape shots that they have.
I think at about like 5, either 15 or 20, they're going to probably do their big push here. Calling in another treb as well. I wonder if this is going to hit. Not
right in the back corner, the 4 Brasho rotating just there as well, so that might even be even better for them if they can get that to hit. But there's going to be one that comes in now, and that's it.
No, but it's
I feel like it should be doing more damage than that. I remember when they were broken, they used to kill pretty much a full unit with 1 ball.
I think one of the trap shots actually like just disappeared into the thing actually.
Yeah. Into the ether. We've seen again.
Ether. Okay, so wonder really what's gonna happen. He's just getting bombarded, just trying to harass.
Yeah, that 6 minutes soon goes down though, doesn't it? So, I mean, 4 minutes 50 now.
Yeah, they're only gonna be able to do 2 pushes, I think, at this point if they push now. If they don't push within enough time.
Yeah, I think they've got to go sooner rather than later. If they want 2 pushes, then certainly they've got to be going now. I think they might just go for the 1. You know, but if I was them, I don't think they're doing that much with their mortars at the moment. Really, 2 of them. You know, they're not really hitting a lot with the
nothing
trebs.
Major. Really.
Oh, here
there goes the push now.
Okay, here we go.
4 minutes.
We're going to peel to the right down the alleyway.
The alleyway where the units are already defending just now.
Yeah, and NoBeaches is going to counter. They're going to try and push them in the back, which is the right move here.
There goes a cav charge coming straight across as well. There, dagger axe lances straight in through. It's like Killian thrown in the distance as well.
The front gate, though, they need to watch the front gate. Ooh, very nice cav charge with the cataphracts.
That's wiped the front gate there. They're coming with camos in the front gate. They've got plenty of heroes in the front gate as well. With stalwarts moving away.
Not again.
They're using NoBeaches grape shots against them as well, which is even better. They're already set up for the defense, and the defenders are getting them used against them.
Wait,
Odin's looks like they've won both sides of that fight as well.
Yeah, it was a flank of the flank, basically.
Yeah.
They're now matching on units, like number-wise, and we already know that NoBeaches had a bigger number of units available because of the amount of purples that they've taken. And now it's about setting up in that the little spawn point, so they can't get in from the spawn here.
There's still a lot of heroes getting some kills on the reds over here on that side, so it's a bit even. It's just mainly units right now. Another treb's coming in. This treb is definitely going to do a lot of damage. So I think both sides.
See if the unit's going to get there in time. The camos come in, but it's going to hit a mixed bag of units of both sides here.
4 camels as well.
Moved into it as well, but
camel-based massacre.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, but I think
it's a hero. It's a hero battle now, really. At this point,
I think NoBeaches are gonna make it out here.
Yeah, I think they've got a sufficiently.
It was a very good push by Odin's. However, they didn't secure those hero kills in that corner, in that bottom left corner. You know, near the home point where it was like that little pocket. They had a great push at that door, but they didn't secure killing those heroes. And I've always said in tournaments, you know, sometimes you got to secure those hero kills fast.
Yeah, but if Odin's make a good quick push now, though, they have got 5 heroes on the opposition side that have got 1 life remaining. So depending on what classes they are, might be the light armor classes that fall to their death very quickly, and you'll get that number advantage on the heroes. But they have to make it now because there's 1 minute 50 seconds left.
I think I give the credit to Ballistas here on the fact that they only have 1 life left.
Here we go. Here comes a push, and it's a lot of units of cavalry and camos coming in with javelins in the background. What's Odin's got here?
And you got to think about it. NoBeaches still do have a decent amount of anti-cav here, so
yeah, stalwarts coming in versus stalwarts on the right-hand side there.
Oh, Hussar's gonna come in and wipe as well. Hussars are coming in with a nice wipe.
That was a
that
good
came
charge.
in just as the dagger axes were coming on the point as well, and the trap.
Let's head to the game then.
Yeah, let's hop in.
All right. Loads of dagger axe lances coming from NoBeaches. Oh my goodness.
But on the attack,
yeah, lots of them. Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe Chibs was right, but this time it's
Sally
around. NoBeaches.
Sally and Reggie.
You know what? I expect dagger axe lancers to go through the tunnels and just like do a really nice Lord of the Rings and just charge straight through C, just that way through the tunnel,
straight
through up the ladders.
They're gonna come from behind and they're just gonna mow them down. They're just gonna.
Sadly, they don't have wings. Sadly,
I think wing hussars will do.
Should fly. They should fly. Like Pegasus.
I wonder if they're gonna just sally in though. This would be ridiculous.
I wonder
if you could get the bombard down on that far wall and immediately cav in. Do you think you could catch them before they got back to sea? Maybe.
Nah. Odin's are defending it. They're going to defend AB. They're not even bothered by it. They're just going to go right. We're doing something different here. Let's go. They're actually on the supply point. They have units in the supply. They've got Fortebraccio down at sea. They've got javelins
okay, so
down
Chibs
there.
was right again.
Is it going to be, or is it just a bait for a few bits?
It's got to be just a bait, surely.
Bait for a few seconds.
I don't know, because you got to be careful as well. You know, they do get free mortars to use, so you don't want to really just try and bait and lose a couple of units due to the mortars.
Free mortars have got quite a good chunk of range in them ones out there.
See,
not to mention the bombards.
Some units back, you see, though. So they've got some stuff over, 4 or 5 units over on the sea supply, which.
Mortars were hitting there on the point of A there. It was hitting a few units there, but they're starting to move back here.
Yeah. I think it was just a feint, because otherwise they'd all be there. I mean, defending AB is pretty mad anyway, but to do it with half your team is just suicide.
Yeah, definitely. Or maybe they're doing it so that one of the what musket player was that just got Ayoku just got knocked off of the breach wall from the wall falling down there.
Oh no!
He didn't take too much damage, so he's alright. He survives. He probably was not expecting that one. He was the scout there for NoBeaches, trying to check out where the defenders were, but.
Jav Sergeant.
Look at that, the Jav Sergeant's going to push.
They are some brave Jav Sergeants.
Some woodcutters. I don't know why you'd worry about that there. The gate's down anyway. Like there is no point to knock off the units that's pushing the.
They're getting mortared though. The Halp Sergeants and the Fortebraccio. That's perhaps minimalish losses, but still.
And this isn't even like the built artillery. So this is just the already in-game artillery that they're just using to take down units for free, pretty much. It doesn't cost them anything. So. Obviously, unit-wise, they kind of have more 4-star units slightly than the defenders, but less tier 5 units going forward. So
I do wonder how they are going to approach this, because
I figured maybe it's because it's slowing down the time. I mean, normally you'd have been in A by now. Cap A, Cap B.
Free kills.
But I feel like NoBeaches aren't even taking full advantage of this. They should be 100% committing to this A point now. They would catch some of these units there. I mean, they would definitely win because half the team is back on the sea.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? I mean, they should be going. They should have gone yesterday. Go.
So NoBeaches is coming up to the breach now with a lot more units set up already.
If there was a dual blade, I would go. I would just do it. Just go to the bombard and
got
just blow him up.
Well, there's the
yes.
first dead. Ayuko eventually dies. He might not have been from the damage from the falling off the wall, but he does get picked off as the first hero to die.
This is going to be interesting. I wonder if this will
they've set up a full defense now, though. They have got all their units coming back out from C, coming down from Odin's, and they're giving themselves a very interesting defense here. Camo's on the A point.
Oh, the Sicilian's up on the top wall.
Yeah, Sicilian's on the top. Oh, not the greatest.
But Javelin's in the back there, and the Shield Maidens as well. So they're just looking to deal some extra damage.
Very nice one, Pinturo. He just went and cleared the entire Sicilian militia on top. What a beautiful little jump. That was amazing.
Yeah, there we go. They're going to get flanked now in the back here. So NoBeaches win the fight with the Camos on the A point area. Now they're going to pinch him from behind. Pinturo comes down with his Shield Maidens down the stairwell, but does get cap charged by the Dagger Axe Lancers.
Catfrax coming back from behind from Odin's.
Oh, it's a nice cap charge there as well. Buck picks up a couple of kills.
Hydra was able to get both kills on them.
Yeah,
oh, man.
It's a sea of red here. It's just the caps behind on the supply point here, and now they're getting the hero kills. Lucas Strauss getting picked up on the stairwell, and now NoBeaches are going to get a C push.
Guys, I'm going to call it here. I think they wanted to play on Fjord. I'm going to call it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, maybe they just really like Kylo's Fjord. Maybe that was it.
I think so. It looks like A will get capped now, and they're already on C.
Oh wait, are they
going to defend? They're countering. Odin's are countering C.
Zoom out here onto C. You can see Odin's coming back in, but the Tread will come in as soon as the units start to make their way into the gateway.
Okay, so they're now gonna. Okay, that was a nice. I think that was a nice little trade-off. I think because there was a lot of units that did get killed from both sides. There's still 2 blue heroes, or Pintor goes down, but then now the last Deja-Vu going down as well.
I kind of disagree. I don't think it was a nice trade-off. I think Odin's traded badly there.
NoBeaches fighting on a supply point though, and they're having to fully move all the units and heroes over there from Odin's to try and win that supply point fight. As a Treb comes in as well, and is that going to hit the modals and stuff that are setting up there? Because that is a good Treb if it does. Couple of oh, that's a quite good hit there. So obviously NoBeaches picking up B, but
they're pushing
coming in the gateway straight away. Stalwart setting up in front of the Halberdiers. They're going to win that battle, but
a lot of stuff on both sides pushing in.
Definitely.
Lots of stalwarts, but Dagger Axe Lancers coming around the back here, trying to find a position in here.
The Camels are going to come in from the side. Point.
Oh, Odin's Deja-Vu goes down, losing with his Shield Maidens.
Oh, we do have
heroes falling.
We do have a Culverin up top as well. Going to try and maybe destroy some. Oh, Dagger Axe
goes across C with Dagger Axes again. They're wiping a lot of Odins here at this point. It's a very even fight though. Yeah, it's like a very even fight. It's kind of going back and forward. It looks like it's going to be a full sea of red, and then all of a sudden you're seeing Odin's rotate back from that supply point, and they're picking up a lot more heroes. And
need to secure these hero kills for sure.
Yeah, because they've got NoBeaches down to 10 at the moment. NoBeaches actually have overall more heroes, lives left out of them couple of pushes that they made. So
but they're coming back in. They're not stopping the pressure. They're keeping it up.
It's full frontal, yeah, exactly that. You've got a few boys with Sicilian militia on that left side wall here as well, dealing damage to the Fort Braccio of Odin's.
And the Camels, no.
Putting some work on the Camos as well. I think the fight will start to go in the favour of NoBeaches here on this C point here if the Sicilian can stay alive long enough. Another cap charge from Jack.
Oh, 40s are coming in.
40s are nice setup at the back.
Actual false to his death.
Oh, but don't forget, there's going to be so many Dagger Axe Lancers. Don't forget about this. Odin's is killing a couple of heroes though.
Odin's heroes alive, but there's no units from Odin's alive.
They need to secure. Odin needs to secure more hero kills at this point if they want to keep C. They still have that supply in the back. They can continue to bring units. They need to secure hero kills.
I think they're full focusing on this C, and they're going to have to hold as long as possible, but because they're dying so quickly, it's not in their favour at the moment.
They're bringing in a refresh of units, though. This is it.
But they're going to get choked on that doorway if they're not careful.
Yeah, exactly that. They're in
There's a lot, though. There's a lot of stuff.
There goes Dagger Axe Lancers from Zenga again, right across the point. Takes out the Fort Braccio that was in the back there.
Oh, the Sicilians are going to come in. Ruffle needs to stop.
Oh, God. Ruffle's in the back, but they've got shots of grape shots in the back here as well.
Stalwarts are coming in from behind as well, but I think he's alone. I think he's alone though with only Modell.
He is, just him, and the Treb hits him as well. That's not a good start. There comes the Fortebraccio. Oh, the
game is decided here on this point. Whoever wins or loses this is game, because there's no units left.
It's a full commit here. It is definitely a full commit on C. Zycilian, though, from NoBeaches is doing work on top of the wall, so they are definitely giving them the advantage in these fights. You can just see the halberdiers burning away here as NoBeaches start to cap. And interestingly, they've not even capped B, they just went straight for C.
It's such an intense fight. No one had a chance to get down there because
they just left it. But they're actually going to get C here as well because nobody can get back on. Odin's are down so much. Odin's have only got
I think it's going to
20 lives left. 11 of them are on 1 life remaining.
Yeah, look at the unit. Yeah, look at the unit difference. It's GG, man.
Oof, it's all tier 1 units left for the defenders. And
what a chaos, man. What a chaos.
Is this going to be a full frontal now from NoBeaches? They're just going to full send it straight to home point.
I still appreciate Odin's trying something new. And I also appreciate, NoBeaches using so many Dagger X Lancers. It wasn't banned. So use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very nice.
As we said, this map, something different every single time. It's just never not exciting on this map.
I think you see a defense of like A in the supply point at the start, and then you're like, right, we're already starting off with something completely different than what's normally used, and then they hold full hold C, use all their units, all their hero lives, pretty much trying to defend the hell out of C, and doesn't work in their favor this time around, but definitely did make for an interesting fight and battle. You could just see C point and the amount of dead bodies lying on that floor. Every single unit you could ever think of in the middle of C.
Oh my goodness, that is ridiculous.
The best thing about it is there's still 26 pieces of artillery left for NoBeaches to use.
Yeah.
Oh no.
A lot of the Odins are dead now because a lot of them aren't respawning.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh man.
7 heroes alive at the moment.
Great match. Great match regardless.
Are NoBeaches just gonna get this over and done with? Or are they just gonna go make sure they kill everybody? What do you think?
I claim what kills the cat.
Very, very nice.
Finally capped B.
They finally did it. Yeah. Definitely, I think the big turning point that the only reason I think NoBeaches really won at C was the Sicilians. They didn't kill the Sicilians 2 times, and it just allowed NoBeaches to get all that AoE hit on the units, and I think it just was a turning point.
Definitely. And then obviously once they were getting back and forward to units with the supply point, but they weren't coming in as a group. They were coming in 1 by 1 at certain areas of the map, and it was kind of getting them caught up as well because their whole unit is just getting straight into 6-7 units, and there's nothing they can really do there at that point.
Yeah.
The 2 remaining Odin's heroes on the last point, what do you think was their mindset at this moment? Like, okay, only 10 minutes left, I can make it.
We've got this. I can hold.
Yeah, but just as King said, they tried something extremely different compared to what we had so far in terms of regional police defense, and there is no shame in losing like this type of new initiative of new strategy. So it was really interesting and really too bad it just didn't work. But it was really interesting to watch.
Yeah, talking about risking it, I was like, no way they're gonna do that. No way. But maybe they just wanted to play on Heilung Fjord. I'm not sure, but
yeah, I think that's what it was.
Even in that case, play it safe. So it's just nice they tried something there.
And we got Onyx as top players on NoBeaches with an amazing troop skill score of 1.2k. I don't know what units he used, but perhaps it was not just the longsword itself.
Wow. No, maybe he's a strong one. But he's got that solid roll.
I mean, overall though, this was it was just intense. Like, because exactly what Chib said, you just didn't know whether they were really going to do it or not in defending that supply. And there was good moves coming in. Like, for example, they had about, I think, 2 cataphracts trying to come in from the backside as well. But it's just the big turning point at, I think, Sakillians. Everything's kind of more or less A.
There's a couple units of the Chevaliers actually. So Jack is there as well, and
Kyagen
as well.
Check it, and
so they've got a few. So
which is really good, personally. Chevalier, especially using the crossbows, the blue crossbows. Heroes don't have their armor and all that type of stuff. They're gonna. I know those blue crossbows
off very quickly.
Brutal.
and it's also very hard to counter that unless you jump onto the crossbows themselves, which then you're putting yourself at risk, especially with the amount of chain darts and stuff. But we are seeing a lot of muskets come from NoBeaches.
Yeah, there's actually more muskets this time as well on Odin's Legion as well. They've got 3 or 4 musket players now, so they've added a few extras to their roster to see if that changes things here.
So let's have a look how this one pans out.
You only get 8 minutes here, pretty much, to take A or B, and then
that's one thing about this map. You can't really waste time. You try and waste time, that's like you'll risk yourself.
Oh, a musket's just got knocked off the wall. Who's that?
Oh no! Deja vu.
I don't think he's gonna get out of that one somehow.
Oh, no, there's no chance of getting out. He's gonna jump for his life, but he ain't gonna get out.
He's
just gonna stand and take it. Darvan picks up the kill for that one.
Yeah, I don't know how he fell off, but that was a bit unfortunate.
I just thought about it as well. Didn't even see it. Vermilions are not banned, so that's also interesting to see. Because they are a very strong unit right now.
Did anyone bring them? I didn't see.
Yeah, Odin's have got a couple of sets of Murmilons, and then some of NoBeaches have them as well. So they will see them at some point here.
Okay,
they're a very, very strong unit. So this is going to be very interesting to see how sometimes they may turn the tide.
Yeah.
NoBeaches have obviously taken down the breaches as well as the gates. There's one breach on the far left there that needs to be taken down, but it's like one shot. There it goes now. And that's pretty much all 4 opportunities to move in.
NoBeaches pushing the far B breach.
Yeah, NoBeaches are pushing the B breach just now with a couple of heroes and a set of shield maidens, but they're only just baiting it in there.
Yeah.
Rotate Odin's around a little bit.
Maybe
they wait on the rest of their units. So.
Odin's not overreacting though, keeping a good number of stuff over by A, which I think is a good move.
It's very split right now, yeah. Very, very split right now.
They are making the move in though. They are moving a little bit more in. They're going to keep.
They're moving towards both breaches.
In and out. What they'll do is see where Fly is going. They'll start to walk all the way along that grassway, and then use that as an opportunity to set up here.
Now the one area
crossing over the top
is that all the muskets and everything are just going to be able to constantly just chuck caltrops and slow down the push. Yeah, up top near B is getting pushed pretty heavy.
Yeah, they're going to be in trouble.
They're coming in through the gate though now because they've got the rotation in, so the Chevaliers
they have
coming in the back way, and they're going to have a full way into B here with all the heroes falling to their deaths here.
Oh, the Chevalier, you're going to...
Zilla's the first one to die.
Why they hesitate? Get the Chevalier into the fight. Crush the back.
Yeah, that's it. They're going to start picking off these heroes, maybe if they can, with them Chevaliers.
Yeah.
Albedo, I don't know how he survived for so long.
Oh, wow. They're...
How has he survived that?
There's also a fight, I should say, going over on the A point. Quite a few heroes are getting involved. A little bit of a battle going on there. Pretty drawn.
The thing is, though, you don't want to, just fully commit to A either.
I think they're going to lose A, actually.
It looks like they're winning the fight here at B as well, and they've managed to pull a couple more heroes to that point to try and kill them as well. So they're down to 11 defenders already, like hero-wise.
Oh, and he was just able to use... Zarvin was just able to use Odin's grave shot and kill them with their own grave shot. Oh, ridiculous.
They've held A, but lost B, basically.
Yeah, they're going to get B here for sure, and they're going to start making sure they get to that supply point and rotate across to A now, where they're going to hit them in the back.
Yeah, because you can see these Chevaliers coming down now to A. And I think Odin's are making a run for it.
You don't want the heroes to die. You don't want Odin's heroes to die here. So if NoBeaches keep that push going, a lot of the heroes might get picked off here. You've got Drayton that's trying to get away here with his unit, but Match is going to pick him off on the bridge. 2 pike players trying to pick him up, and Pintero falls to his death as well. Good push there from NoBeaches. That's him going to start capping A. and Odin's are going to have to start setting themselves up because
Yeah, there's still a couple of Odin's players stuck at A right now.
Yeah.
So let's hope that they can maybe kill these 40s with the. You still have Mermelians, and you got.
Ruffle was just getting picked on here pretty much as a shorter, but he stays alive for so long, and he even managed to run away with the charge, sneak away here. Oh, he is. He's going. Oh, there we go. The musket bombs have stopped him now. That's got to be the end of Ruffle. He will fall to his death. Fly picking up a hat trick already, though. That's a pretty quick hat trick considering on healing forward here. It is a quick map, but getting 3 hero kills when there's so many people pushing and so many people looking for the kills.
Yeah, because a couple of the Odin heroes are now down to their last life. Which is never good. You want to try and spread those hero deaths.
Odin's haven't went complete setup behind the long horse house here. You can see them set up kind of just at the side of it, and then even at the gateway towards the sea area. So they're actually looking to defend sea here. I think they're doing something different again, like Odin's like to do. They always like to mix up a little bit.
They just like to make me look bad every time. Every prediction I make,
every time we say something, you're gonna do the complete opposite. That's exactly
I've been near Chibs too long, and his prediction curses are rubbing off on me.
I know you guys probably just missed a little bit. But those Shen-Jis just had an amazing volley and was probably able to kill about 14 of those blue crossbows for the Chevalier. So that's huge. Very nice. Oh, and the AI Berserkers coming in.
Lovely treb on the supply.
Yeah, that's it. Nice rotated them onto it, but I've managed to move on. There goes the Berserkers in to do some damage. They're running straight into Stalwarts, though, so they will die because they're not controlled heroes controlled. So. Yeah. They'll just fall to the death. NoBeaches got a trap set up right on the ISGs here, and it is going to hit because they're not going to move them. It's such a slow unit anyway. That's got good damage in there.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky on the fall in many ways. There could have been even worse, but still some good hits. It looks like getting ballistas set up, grape shot set up, cutting off that supply point from the sea.
Ooh, Odin was able to get a nice little kill there.
9 traps still available, 24 artillery pieces for the attackers, and only 7 left for the defense. So
you're seeing a lot of cav. Look at this. We got Liao's, a decent amount of Dagger Axe Lancers, one unit of Chevalier.
Yeah,
it's a lot of cav right now.
Tasty. They're looking to just wait for the push of NoBeaches on the right hand side here that we're looking at now on screen, and on the B side when they have that opportunity, they're looking to come in right in from behind and wipe every single unit that's defending that push.
And again, we saw that last time. They came in with a lot of Dagger Axe Lancers. And the big thing is that eventually one of them will make it in. Especially with Chevalier. Chevalier can tank maybe for the Dagger Axe Lancers. And you can bring, do a lot of damage.
Definitely good to see something different. No, a different area of defending here for Odin's. I don't know if it's going to go in their favor. Unit-wise, it's kind of a little bit evenish. Obviously,
ooh, that treb.
NoBeaches have more 1-star units available, but
that's some Outriders I've just seen. Oh, there's a few Outriders over there. Look.
Oh, the Shen-Ji being able to counter the other Shen-Ji. Very nice little volley there with the javelins as well, trying to hit them. Very nice little volley.
Odin actually haven't got that much on the sea or around sea. They've got a lot back on that supply point, kind of at the crossroads.
Yeah. Only 2 sets of Stalwarts at sea, plus the units of Halberdiers that are kind of making their way down there now. And then IPGs, which are obviously looking for the back entrance from B.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if Odin's sort of like waiting. They're waiting for NoBeaches to come through to go to sea, and then they're going to try and fold in on the back.
Oh, Dan just had a nice throw there with the Senjis again down that bridgeway in the back. He just keeps sneaking back.
Oh, they're pushing
forward.
in. They're pushing. Okay.
With the cav.
I wonder.
NoBeaches sends an early treb as well.
Yeah.
Prior to the setup.
And here comes the cav. They're trying to swarm in a bit, I think, here.
There goes.
We need to be careful.
All the way from
nice treb to protect.
Got a cav coming in from the back now. The IPGs are marching now, so you're going to see who's that in the back. A couple of heroes in the back coming through with the Dagger Axe Lancers.
Come on, they need to get those Dagger Axes in.
They're on follow mode, but the Poleaxe did stop the charge a little bit there. So it's not going to do as much damage, but...
And now they're definitely going to be able to secure C here.
Yeah, I think so.
I wonder if picking off heroes. Can they pick off all these little heroes that are kind
of unusual choice?
Oh yeah, it is monastics. Very nice actually, and they're still alive. Okay, so the heroes are about even here. I think Odin is gonna try and maybe come back here and try and put some pressure again.
Again, I feel like they're doing a similar thing to what they did on Reggie last time, like continuing this sort of drip feed of units to try and claim back a lost point. When I think that'd be better just to say, right, it's done. We've lost it. Main base. Let's set up.
But you're pretty much sending your units into tribes as well, like at that point as well, because that's where you're trying to win that fight back, which is really difficult at that point.
Yeah, I feel like
very nice Dagger Excellence is coming in. Oh, that was a very nice little.
Heroes are now just committing themselves to C point though to stop it thinking as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly that.
Oh man.
6 heroes are left to defend the home point at the moment in time, and all it needs is NoBeaches to full send home point here, because the only thing you've got there is Mertellatory. Mertellatory, farmers, and a unit of Sentry Grenadiers.
I'm almost frustrated for Odin's. Like, I don't know why they kept trying to pull on to that C point. They had 2.5 minutes left. They were never going to claim it back or manage to hold on to it for that amount.